Robert Prevost has been elected as the new Pope, taking the name Pope Leo XIV. The 69-year-old cardinal is the first American pontiff and the first from North America as to be elected leader of the Catholic Church. He was welcomed by thousands of people gathered in St. Peter's Square, where he delivered a heartfelt message. Quote, "May peace be with all of you," end quote. Here is what we know about Pope Leo XIV. He is an American and Peruvian Catholic prelate whose birth name is Robert Francis Prevost. He was born on September the 14th, 1955 in Chicago. He served in Peru from 1985 to 1986 and from 1988 to 1998 as a parish pastor, diocesan official, seminary teacher, and administrator, and was made a cardinal by the late Pope Francis in 2023. He served as Bishop of Chiclayo in Peru and from 2015 to 2023 and was Prior General of the Order of St. Augustine from 2001 to 2013. In 2015, Cardinal Prevost became a naturalized citizen of Peru as confirmed by Peru's National Civil Registry. Interesting, a lot there about the new Pope. Yesterday, watching that crowd at the square, you know, just cheering on the new Pope when he came on, especially when they first saw the white smoke. A lot of people were happy at last. You know, the Catholic Church now has a leader, but the task ahead of him is what a lot have been saying. Remember that we talked about this when Pope Francis passed, that will the next Pope be able to carry on his legacy? And a lot of persons have said, no, the new Pope, Pope Leo XIV, is willing, obviously, to carry on with the legacies of Pope Francis because of all that he has been doing and the fact that he is a member of St. Augustine and they are dedicated to a cause, one of which is poverty, addressing all of those issues. But there are those who are hoping that he'll be looking at matters of immigration, developments around there across the world, and also helping a lot of people who are disadvantaged. Ria?
You know, for me, I'll say from Chicago to the Vatican. And this is the first time we're having a pope, an American pope, and we're talking about English here. Donald Trump is very excited.
Of course.
My only thing I'll say is that I hope he can carry the legacy and even do better of the, you know, former pope. That's all I'll say. But like, Donald Trump is excited once again.
World leaders are obviously excited.
Especially him. I drop it there.
Of course, world leaders are excited. They've been sending in their greetings and all of it. But talk to us, Olamide, from all who have seen and have been reading about the new Pope. What do you foresee?
I'm very surprised. Anything can happen in the world that an American is Pope. They said it themselves as a populist. They never thought that that would happen. And I think that his years in grassroots ministry in Peru, him serving the people, it's going to really make him equipped to be the Pope, not just in theory, but in practice. You know, he's good at serving marginalized communities. And I hope that they will see a focus on social justice issues where he can really, you know, help people. And I will also say this morning I was in hair and makeup, and one woman said, she said, why is this important for everyday Nigerians? Why are we following the Pope? And I said, the answer is simple, it's hope. We need hope, and we need an ideal to look up to. He is symbolic of the ideal of all that is good in the world. And I think that's important, especially in these hard and
well, you know, a lot of people are saying it's political. Well,
of course, there will always be talks about that because
but good can come from politics.
Of course, good can come from politics. I like that point. The fact that they had to vote again after the first time on Tuesday, and then on Thursday he eventually emerged. A lot of persons had felt that, oh, this should move over to the Italians because they felt it was their time.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, an American emerged.
And him speaking fluent Italian, right?
Yes, a lot of persons said, oh, he didn't speak English, and he decided to use, you know, Italian. That was for him to connect with everyone. But Ibrahim, let's get your perspective.
Yeah, well, excited for the Catholic Church, you know, because I saw one of them, one of Catholic members yesterday. I was like, "You have a new pope, do you know?" I said, "Yes, I'm aware." What's the name of the pope? I don't know. No, aren't you guys going to celebrate? But one thing is that, just as you said, it's hope for not just Catholicism, for the world. But my concern is the fact that, Pope Francis, who is late now, championed the cause of peace. And we have a new pope who is from America, and we know that the world is, in serious chaos. We know what is happening in Russia. Ukraine war. We know what is happening, the senseless killing, genocidal going on in Palestine and Israel. And we know the role America is playing in all of this. But one thing I'm happy about is that he identifies more with the Peruvians because he's a citizen, his mom Italian or dad or something. I think one of them is French. And yes, born in Chicago as an American. Trump is excited. Someone mentioned it's political. Just a few days ago, Trump on his social media handle on is it True something?
I think it was on Twitter.
Yeah, no, not Twitter. His own social media handle. So he has, I think it's Truth Media or something, Truth Social or something. He posted himself with and
there were a lot of controversies.
There's an AR of him wearing the PayPal.
So are you saying there's the possibility that the U.S. influenced
It's possible.
It's possible, and that's what I've been standing on since. It's very possible.
It's just the nuance. It's just the nuance. So imagine a president of the United States posting himself, posing in the regalia of a pope.
What was he trying to say? What message was he trying to send?
A few days after, we have a new pope. But this same pope had also criticized J.D. Vance, who is the vice president of America, when J.D. Vance on immigration issues. And he's saying that Jesus Christ taught us to love ourselves, love our neighbors, then love your country, and then you can now begin to share the love, across the world. But J.D. Vance said, no, Jesus Christ did not segment, he did not fragmentalize loving people. He said love for all and all of that. So there had been this back and forth. He had congratulated him, but let's see the role he's going to play as an American pope, as a Peruvian pope. But I love the fact that he said, peace be upon you all, which is the best of dating.
For me, I just want to see how it pans out, because I have my own beliefs, and I'm sure you all can see on this table that I'm towing through, one side. I just hope he's able to deliver and outlive the legacies of the former pope. For that, and also people are now speaking.